Title: Great Uncle Henry. Molly is a young rabbit and she lives with her mom and dad. This day, her mom told her that her mom will bring her to meet Great Uncle Henry, and she wants Molly to go there and spend time with him and play with him. But Molly did not really want to. She stood beside her mom and then she hugged her toy rabbit named Mopsy. And then she said to Mom, "Mom, can I not go there?" And then Mom seems to ignore her question and then say, "Wow, today's vegetables are so fresh." Molly could not wait anymore and then she said, "Mom, answer my question. Don't ignore me." Mom stood up and looked at her sternly. She said, "How can you be like that? Great Uncle Henry is very old now, and he is all alone in that big house. You have time, and why can't you just go and visit him, or spend some time with him? If not, when you're older, will you feel happy when you're all alone in a house and no grandchildren want to visit you?" Molly stood there. She didn't know what to answer. She knew that if when she is old and none of her great-grandchildren want to visit her, she will be very lonely and sad. So she don't know what to say, and she hugged Mopsy and went back to her bedroom. Sometimes stuffed toys can be very good listeners. And Molly put Mopsy on her pillow, and then she said, "Mopsy, you know, great Uncle Harry is already very old. I don't think we have any interesting stuff to play there, or there might not be very good stuff to play there. It must be very bored." And then when she just need to pack up her things and then ready to go to Great Uncle Harry's house. After half an hour, she is done, and her mom drove the car and brought Molly and Mopsy to Great Uncle Harry's house. Before they went there, her mom told Molly. She said, "Molly, I think you can pack some toys to bring there if you're bored, but I think they won't be much use because you'll have a lot of fun there." Molly did not understand. Great Uncle Harry is very old. How can he and she have much fun together? But she'll just have to find out. When they arrived there, Great Uncle Harry went in front of the car to greet them. It has been a long time since Molly saw Great Uncle Henry. Now Great Uncle Henry is a rabbit with gray fur, and he is wearing spectacles and has very long ears. He has very kind eyes too. Molly went down from the car and Great Uncle Henry hugged her and said, "Oh Molly, it has been a long time since you last met me. I'm so excited to meet you now." Molly gave him a smile, and then Molly's mom said, "Okay Molly, I'll pick you up later. Remember to have some fun with Great Uncle Henry." Molly nodded and waved goodbye to her mom. And then Great Uncle Henry said, "Molly, don't need to call me Great Uncle Henry. Just call me Uncle Henry, because the word great is not really useful." Molly laughed and said, "Okay." And then Great Uncle Henry brought Molly to a big room filled with old books. And then Great Uncle Henry took a book from the shelf and then put it in front of Molly. Molly opened it and saw it was a book of bunnies and rabbits. And then Great Uncle Henry said, "I got this book and I read it when I was as small as you. It was really interesting, and I hope you like it too." Molly looked and she don't know what to read. She don't know how to read. And then she asked Great Uncle Henry. She asked, Uncle Henry, can you read this to me? I don't really know how to read yet. Great Uncle Henry smiled and said, Of course, but before that, you must be hungry for such a long journey to here. Let's go have some snacks. He brought Molly to the backyard of his house. It was a beautiful piece of a garden. There were a lot of fruit trees and there were a lot of fruits, vegetables everywhere. It looks like amazing. And then Great Uncle Henry picked Molly up, and then Molly picked an apple from the apple tree. And they also picked a lot of other fruits too. They bring the fruits back and wash them and served. It was really, really delicious. Molly said that these fruits taste very nice and it doesn't taste like any other fruits that she have ever eaten. This tastes so special and it's so juicy. She really liked it very much. After eating the fruits, Uncle Henry brought Molly to the boat and they sat on the boat on the lake. They saw a lot of beautiful animals and dragonflies flying around. The wind blew and it was so cool. And Molly really enjoyed this beautiful sight. And then after that, Great Uncle Henry brought Molly back to his house and he read Molly the storybook. He read it with a lot of emotions and he really interesting. Molly totally understand what he says and she was really interested in this storybook from what she heard from Great Uncle Henry. Great Uncle Henry is such a good storybook teller. Now she figured out that Great Uncle Henry is good at a lot of things and being with him is much more fun than being alone at the house. She did not regret coming here anymore and she spent the rest of the day with Great Uncle Henry playing a lot and doing a lot of stuff. Great Uncle Henry also borrowed Molly some of his old toys and it was very fun. They had great fun together. And when it is evening, Molly's mom came and said, Molly, time to go back home. Molly frowned and said, Mom, so fast? I have not enough time yet. I have not spent enough time here. Mom chuckled and said, Molly, remember before you came here, you said you didn't even want to come here. Now you don't want to go back? Molly's face turned red. She did say that, but now she figured out it is so much fun being here, not bored. And then Molly's mom laughed and said, Okay, Molly, it's okay. We'll meet Great Uncle Henry soon. So quick, let's go back home. Molly gave Great Uncle Henry a hug and she went home with her mom. And then from then on, she really loved to go to Great Uncle Henry's house. It was not as bored as she thinks, and instead it was amazingly fun and very special, and it is a very good experience to Molly. She really enjoyed her time there. Thank you.